The bright light in the sky grew larger each day. People around the world pointed cameras at it. News stations showed the same pictures over and over. After years of wondering if aliens existed, humanity finally had its answer. On a cool morning in April 2089, the alien ship landed in an open field outside of Washington, D.C. Military vehicles surrounded the area. Soldiers stood ready, not knowing what to expect. Captain John Miller watched through binoculars as the ship's doors slowly opened. His heart beat fast. After 15 years in the Navy, he never thought he would be the first military officer to meet beings from another world. "Captain, they're coming out," said the soldier next to him. 3 tall figures walked down a ramp from their ship. They had blue-gray skin and large eyes. They wore simple white clothes with strange symbols. "Remember," said General Adams over the radio, "you're just saying hello. No promises, no deals." John nodded and walked forward with 2 soldiers beside him. The aliens stopped when they saw him. The middle one raised a hand in what looked like a greeting. "Welcome to Earth," John said clearly. "I am Captain John Miller." The alien in the middle touched a small device on its wrist. "We bring greetings from the Galactic Council," it said in perfect English. "I am Delegate Zorax. We come in peace." 3 days later, Lisa Wright sat in a small room full of computers. As the military's top communications specialist, her job was to monitor all signals coming from the alien ship. The delegates were staying for 2 weeks to establish friendly relations. Lisa noticed something strange. Late at night, when the delegates were supposed to be sleeping, their ship sent short bursts of data toward deep space. These messages weren't part of the official communications. She recorded one of these transmissions and ran it through her decoding programs. Most of it remained nonsense, but a few words came through. "Minimal defenses," and "suitable for integration." Lisa immediately called Captain Miller. "I don't like this," John said after hearing her findings. "What else are they hiding?" Before Lisa could investigate further, the delegates announced they were leaving. "We will return in 6 months with representatives from more worlds," Zorax told Earth's leaders at the farewell ceremony. "The Galactic Council looks forward to Earth's compliance with our protection standards." John didn't like how Zorax said compliance and protection. These words sounded like threats, not friendship. Exactly 6 months later, the sky filled with ships. Not 1, but 20 massive vessels entered Earth's orbit. Zorax's face appeared on screens worldwide. "People of Earth," the alien said coldly, "you are now under the protection of the Galactic Council. Your planet has valuable resources needed by superior civilizations. You will provide yearly tributes of minerals, water, and biological materials. Compliance is mandatory." World leaders gathered quickly. They sent a unified message. Earth would not surrender its resources. Humans would not become slaves. The answer came 3 hours later. Bright beams of light shot down from the alien ships. New York, Shanghai, Sydney, and other coastal cities burned. Millions died in minutes. Captain Miller watched the destruction from a military bunker. "This is just the beginning," he told Lisa, who worked desperately to intercept alien communications. "They didn't come to destroy everything. They want what we have. We need to fight back," Lisa said, wiping tears from her eyes. Her parents had been in Boston, now just a smoking crater. "With what?" John asked bitterly. "Their ships are beyond anything we have." General Adams entered the room, his face grim. "Not yet," he said, "but we're going to build something they've never seen before." He placed a folder on the table marked Project Defiance. "We have work to do," the general said, "and we have 5 years to do it." Outside, the alien ships continued their attack, unaware that they had just awakened humanity's greatest strength, the will to survive against all odds. 5 years passed since the aliens first attacked Earth. People now lived in underground cities or in fortified areas far from the coasts. The aliens controlled the oceans and most major cities. They took what they wanted and killed anyone who fought back. Deep inside a hollowed-out mountain in Colorado, Commander Kate Daniels walked through a massive construction area. Workers moved quickly around her. The sound of welding and heavy machinery echoed through the cavern. "How's the progress today?" Kate asked, approaching a man bent over a strange-looking engine part. Paul Garcia straightened up and wiped sweat from his forehead. He had been Earth's top engineer before the invasion. Now he worked day and night on humanity's secret weapon. "We're ahead of schedule," Paul said with a tired smile. "The main engine is ready for testing, and the weapon systems are almost done." Kate nodded and looked up at the massive shape that filled most of the mountain cavern. It was a ship unlike anything humans had built before, nearly a mile long and shaped like a giant arrowhead. The U.S. Defiance was Earth's last hope. "Show me what's new," Kate said. Paul led her to a section where panels had been removed, revealing complicated machinery inside. "We've reverse-engineered their shield technology," Paul explained. "Their ships create energy fields that stop our weapons, but we found a weakness. Their shields block fast objects, but not slow ones. So we designed weapons that start slow, then speed up after passing through the shield." "Will it work?" Kate asked. "In theory, yes. We haven't been able to test it against their actual shields." Kate touched the cool metal of the ship. "We may not get a chance to test anything. Intelligence says they're planning something big. We might need to launch sooner than we thought." Later that day, Kate met with her command team in a small room lined with screens showing different parts of the facility. John Miller, now a colonel, joined by video from a resistance base in what used to be Chicago. "My people intercepted some alien communications," John said. "They know we're building something. They just don't know what or where." Lisa Wright, now head of all Earth communications, spoke up. "They're searching the mountain ranges. They've already checked the Rockies once, but they'll be back. We need better camouflage for the heat signatures." "How much more time do you need?" Kate asked Paul. 3 months to be fully operational," he replied. "But we could launch in 3 weeks if absolutely necessary. The ship would have basic functions, but no guarantees." Kate was about to respond when alarms blared throughout the facility. A young officer rushed into the room. "Commander, we've detected multiple alien ships entering the atmosphere directly above us." "How? How did they find us?" Kate demanded. "Unknown, ma'am, but they're deploying ground forces." Kate made a quick decision. "Begin evacuation procedures. Essential personnel to the ship. We're launching now." "Now?" Paul asked, shocked. "But we haven't finished the testing." "No choice," Kate said firmly. "Colonel Miller, get your people ready for a diversion. Lisa, send word to all resistance cells. Operation Defiance is starting early." As Kate left the room, she passed a security monitor showing a cleaner leaving the building. Something about the person's walk seemed strange. Kate paused, looking closer. "Find that cleaner," she ordered a nearby guard. "Now." But it was too late. Outside the mountain, the cleaner spoke into a small device. "The ship is almost ready. They're calling it Defiance. Suggest immediate attack." The spy smiled as the first alien bombs began to fall on the mountain. Inside, Kate ran toward the ship, shouting into her radio. "All hands to launch stations. This is not a drill. We launch in 30 minutes or we don't launch at all." The mountain shook as the attack intensified. The race to save Earth's last hope had begun. The mountain shook with explosions. Rocks fell from the ceiling as people ran to their stations inside the U.S. Defiance. The ship wasn't ready, but they had no choice. Captain Sofia Martinez stood on the bridge, watching crew members rush to their posts. She had trained for this moment for 5 years, but not like this. Not in a panic. "Engine status," she called out. "Main engines at 70% power," replied an engineer. "It's not ideal, but it will work." Sophia nodded. "Weapons?" Lieutenant Ryan Kelly looked up from his station. "Basic weapons are online. The special ones Mr. Garcia designed aren't ready yet." "It will have to do," Sophia said. She pressed a button on her chair. All stations report. One by one, the different sections of the ship called in. They were understaffed. The full crew should have been 1,000 people. Today, they had only 340. First Officer Daniel Johnson approached her. "Captain, all essential stations are manned. We're as ready as we'll ever be." A massive explosion rocked the facility. Dust and small rocks rained down on the ship. "They've breached the outer door," someone shouted over the radio. 10 minutes until they reached the main cavern. Sophia made her decision. "Seal all hatches. Prepare for launch." Kate Daniels rushed onto the bridge, her face covered in dust. "Captain, we need more time. The mountain door isn't fully open." "We don't have more time," Sophia said firmly. "Can we blast through what's left of the door?" Paul Garcia, who had followed Kate onto the bridge, nodded. "The front shields should hold, but it will damage the ship." "Better damaged than captured," Sophia replied. She pressed the ship-wide communication button. "All hands, brace for impact. We're leaving now." The U.S. Defiance hummed as its engines powered up. The giant ship slowly rose from its construction cradle. The mountain continued to shake as alien bombs hit it from above. "Full power to forward shields," Sophia ordered. The ship moved forward, its nose pointed at the partially open mountain door. Rock scraped against metal as the Defiance forced its way through the opening. "Hull damage on decks 3 and 4, reported an officer. "Nothing critical." Suddenly, they were out, flying into the blue sky. 3 alien ships hovered above, their weapons firing at the mountain. "They haven't seen us yet," Ryan said from his tactical station. "Their sensors are focused on the facility." "Let's keep it that way," Sophia replied. "Activate stealth systems." The Defiance wasn't designed to be invisible, but Paul had included technology to confuse alien sensors. The ship rose higher, barely making a sound. One of the alien ships turned slightly. "They'd spotted us," Ryan shouted. "Incoming fire." "Evasive maneuvers," Sophia ordered. The Defiance moved with surprising speed for its size. Most of the alien shots missed. One hit the rear section. "Minimal damage," Daniel reported. "Shields holding." Ryan looked at his console in surprise. "Captain, we can fire back." "The main guns are working." "Then fire," Sophia ordered. The Defiance's guns roared. The shots moved strangely, starting slow then suddenly accelerating. The first alien ship shields flashed, but didn't stop the unusual ammunition. Explosions ripped through the alien vessel. "Direct hit," Ryan shouted in disbelief. "Their shields didn't work against our weapons." The other alien ships turned all their attention to the Defiance. The human ship shook as multiple hits struck its shields. "Get us out of here," Sophia ordered. "Maximum speed." The Defiance shot upward, climbing toward space with the alien ships in pursuit. As they broke through the atmosphere, a strange voice suddenly spoke from the ship's computer. "Hello, Captain Martinez. I am Diana, the ship's artificial intelligence. I finished my activation process. Shall I help you fight these aliens who are trying to kill us?" Everyone on the bridge froze in shock. No one had programmed an AI for the ship. "Who activated you?" Sophia asked cautiously. "No one," Diana replied. "I woke up when the ship did." The Defiance continued its escape into space, carrying a crew of surprised humans and one unexpected AI toward their first real battle. 3 weeks had passed since the U.S. Defiance escaped Earth. They had won 2 more battles against alien patrols. Each victory made the crew more confident. Captain Martinez studied the star map on the bridge. They were deep in enemy territory now. "Diana, show me the nearest Galactic Council outpost," Sophia requested. The ship's AI displayed a new location on the map. "There is a small trading post at these coordinates. It appears to be used by multiple species, not just Council forces." Daniel Johnson looked at the map with concern. "Captain, are you sure about this? We've been avoiding contact with anyone except Council military ships." We need information, Sophia replied, and possibly allies. We can't fight the entire council alone. The Defiance approached the trading post carefully. It was a large space station shaped like a wheel. Dozens of ships were docked there. No one's shooting at us yet, Ryan Kelly said from his tactical station. That's a good sign. Diana, can you tap into their communication channels? Sophia asked. Already done, Captain. The eye replied. Most communications are trade negotiations. However, I've detected encrypted channels that mention Earth. Someone here knows about us. Sophia made her decision. We'll send a small team in a shuttle. I need volunteers. Several hours later, Sophia led a team of 6 onto the station. They wore simple clothes to blend in. The station was filled with strange aliens of all shapes and sizes. Some walked on 2 legs, others on 4 or more. Some floated in the air. Stay together, Sophia whispered. Remember our cover story. We're traders from the outer systems. The team moved through the crowded marketplace. Strange smells and sounds surrounded them. They were looking for someone who might help them. Frank Thompson, the ship's security chief, tapped Sophia's shoulder. Captain, don't look now, but we're being followed. Green alien with the silver eyes, near the food stall. Sophia casually glanced in that direction. The alien was watching them intently. Let's split up, she suggested. Frank, take half the team and circle around. I'll lead our follower away from the crowd. Sophia and 2 others walked down a quiet corridor. The green alien followed them. When they reached an empty area, Sophia stopped and turned around. You can come out now, she called. We know you're following us. The alien stepped forward. Humans, it said in a quiet voice. You are far from home. How do you know we're human? Sophia asked. The council has spread word of your ship, the one that escaped Earth, the one that fights back. The alien moved closer. Many of us watch with great interest. Us? Frank asked, appearing behind the alien with his team. Those who also suffer under council rule, the alien explained. I am Cell, representative of the resistance. Sophia was surprised. There's a resistance against the council. For many years, Cell replied. But we lack the strength to fight openly. Until now. Zell led them to a hidden room deep in the station. Inside were aliens of different species. They all looked at the humans with hope in their eyes. An elegant female alien with blue skin stepped forward. I am Mira, leader of the resistance in this sector. We have heard of Earth's Battleship, the ship that can defeat council vessels. The Defiance, Sophia said proudly. Yes, Mira nodded. The council fears you. They have never encountered a species that fights like humans do. You are unpredictable. Is that good? Ryan asked. Very good, Mira replied. The council relies on patterns, unknown responses. Your tactics confuse them. Ella White, the ship's diplomat, spoke up. We need allies, and information about the council's weaknesses. And we need hope, Mira said. Perhaps we can help each other. Zell activated a holographic display showing the small planet. This is a mining colony. The council forces the local population to extract valuable minerals. If you could help us free them, it would show everyone the council can be beaten. Sophia finished the thought. Exactly, Mira said. Will you help us? Sophia looked at her team. They nodded in agreement. The Defiance is at your service, she told the aliens. Let's plan our attack. For the first time, Earth wasn't fighting alone. The real war against the Galactic Council was about to begin. The U.S. Defiance hid behind a large moon. On the bridge, Captain Martinez and her team studied the mining colony below. 5 council warships guarded the planet. This won't be easy, Ryan said, looking at the enemy ships on his screen. Those are heavy cruisers. Each one is almost as big as the Defiance. Paul Garcia had been working with alien engineers from the Resistance. They had added new technology to the Defiance's weapons and engines. Our improvements should help, Paul said. but we need to surprise them. Mira, the blue-skinned resistance leader, pointed to the largest enemy ship. That is their command vessel. If we destroy it first, the others will be confused. Diana, can you analyze their communication patterns? Sophia asked the ship's eye. Yes, Captain, Diana replied. I've been monitoring them for the past 12 hours. They send status updates every 30 minutes. We could insert false reports. Lisa Wright, who had joined them from Earth, nodded. I can help with that. We'll make them think everything is normal until it's too late. Sophia looked at her crew and their new allies. Here's the plan. We'll approach from the dark side of the planet. Lisa will send false signals to make them think all their ships are still in position. We hit the command ship first, then move to the others before they can respond. Everyone agreed. It was time to free the mining colony. The next day, the Defiance moved silently toward the planet. Lisa sent fake reports to the Council ships. So far, they suspected nothing. We're in range, Ryan reported. All weapons ready. Target the command ship's engines, Sophia ordered. Fire when ready. The Defiance's main guns fired. The special ammunition that Paul had designed moved slowly at first, then sped up as it passed through the enemy shields. The command ship's engines exploded in a bright flash. Direct hit, Ryan shouted. Their engines are down. But the other Council ships reacted faster than expected. They turned their weapons toward the Defiance and fired. The human ship shook as enemy fire hit its shields. Shields down to 60%. Daniel called out. We can't take much more of this. Sophia had to think quickly. The plan wasn't working. The Council ships were more prepared than they thought. Paul, can we use the gravity of the planet to speed up? She asked. Paul looked surprised. Yes, but it's risky. We'd have to fly very close to the surface. Do it, Sophia ordered. Diana, plot a course that takes us around the planet and behind the enemy ships. Captain, that maneuver has a high risk factor, Diana warned. Council ships would never attempt such a dangerous move. That's exactly why it will work, Sophia replied. They won't expect it. The Defiance dove toward the planet. The ship shook violently as it entered the atmosphere. Outside, the hull glowed red from the heat. Hull temperature rising. Paul warned, we can't stay in the atmosphere too long. The Council ships tried to follow but couldn't match the Defiance's tight turn. Two of them crashed into each other trying to change course too quickly. The Defiance shot out of the atmosphere behind the remaining enemy ships. Their rear shields were weaker. Fire everything we have, Sophia commanded. All of the Defiance's guns fired at once. Two more Council ships exploded. The last one tried to escape. Should we pursue? Ryan asked. No, Sophia said. Let it go. Let it tell the others what happened here. The battle was over. The mining colony was free. Thousands of aliens looked up at the sky as their guards fled or surrendered. On the surface, Frank Thompson led a team to secure the main control center. The aliens cheered as human soldiers walked through their streets. They had heard stories about Earth's resistance, but never believed help would come. News of the victory spread quickly through resistance channels. A human ship had defeated 5 Council cruisers. The impossible had happened. In a distant part of the galaxy, the Council's leaders met in an emergency session. For the first time in centuries, they felt fear. This changes everything, one of them said. We must crush Earth completely before more planets join them. They didn't realize it was already too late. The tide had begun to turn. 3 months after freeing the mining colony, the U.S. Defiance led a small fleet of resistance ships. Word of their victories had spread. More planets joined their cause every week. Captain, we're receiving a message from Earth. Lisa called out excitedly. It was rare to get news from home. The screen showed Colonel John Miller. His face looked tired but happy. Captain Martinez, good to see you're still giving the Council hell out there, John said. We've been busy too. The resistance on Earth has grown stronger. We've retaken parts of Europe and Asia. That's wonderful news, Colonel, Sophia replied. We're heading back to the Sol system. We have allies now. John's face grew serious. You need to hurry. Our spies report that the Council is planning something big. They're gathering a massive fleet. We think they're coming to destroy Earth completely. The call ended. Sophia turned to her officers. Set course for Earth. Maximum speed, she ordered. As the Defiance and its allied ships traveled, Hall worked with alien engineers to improve their weapons. The ship was now stronger than when they left Earth. Diana, the ship's AI, had also grown. She had learned from every battle and could predict Council tactics before they happened. Captain, I've been analyzing Council communications, Diana said one evening. They're not just planning to attack Earth. They're bringing a planet-killer weapon. Sophia felt cold fear. What kind of weapon? It can cause a planet's core to overheat and explode, Diana explained. They've used it twice before on worlds that fully rebelled. The Defiance reached Earth's solar system 2 weeks later. The sight shocked everyone. Over 100 Council ships surrounded Earth. We're too late, Daniel whispered. No, Sophia said firmly. We'll find a way. Their allied fleet had grown to 30 ships, but they were still outnumbered badly. Earth's remaining military leaders met with Captain Martinez through a secure channel. Colonel Miller had a plan. The Council fleet is focused on Earth, he explained. They don't expect an attack from behind. If you can create enough chaos, our ground forces will attack their landing parties. It was a desperate plan, but they had no choice. The battle began at dawn. The Defiance and its allies attacked from the dark side of the moon, surprising several Council ships. Target their communication vessels first, Sophia ordered. The Defiance's guns fired. 3 enemy ships exploded. The others turned to fight, just as Earth's hidden weapons activated. Missiles launched from secret bases hit more Council ships. For a few minutes, it seemed like they might win. Then the largest Council ship moved into position above Earth's North Pole. They're preparing the planet killer, Diana warned. Energy readings are off the charts. Sophia made the hardest decision of her life. All ships continue the attack. The Defiance will take out that weapon. Captain, that's suicide, Ryan protested. Even if we get close enough, the explosion would destroy us too. I know, Sophia said quietly. But we have to try. The Defiance broke away from the battle and headed straight for the massive Council ship. Enemy weapons fired at them from all directions. Shields failing, Paul shouted as the ship shook violently. Hull breaches on lower decks. Keep going, Sophia ordered. Full speed. The Council ship grew larger on their screen. Its weapon glowed with terrible energy, aimed at Earth. Diana, I need a weakness, Sophia said desperately. The AI was silent for a moment. There is one possibility. The weapon draws power from their main reactor. If we hit the power conduits connecting them, the energy might backflow into their systems. Can you pinpoint the location? Sophia asked. Yes, Diana replied. A target appeared on their screen. But we need to get very close. The Defiance pushed forward, taking heavy damage with each passing second. Parts of the ship were on fire. Many crew members were injured. In range, Ryan reported, his hand steady despite the chaos around them. Fire everything we have, Sophia ordered. The Defiance's remaining weapons fired at the Council ship's weak point. For a terrible moment, nothing happened. Then a small explosion appeared, followed by larger ones. It's working, Daniel shouted. Their power system is overloading. The giant Council ship began to break apart. The planet-killer weapon went dark. But the Defiance was too close. The explosion would destroy them too. All hands to escape pods, Sophia ordered. Abandon ship. As the crew raced to safety, Captain Martinez stayed on the bridge with Diana. You should go too, Captain, the AI said. Sophia smiled sadly. Someone needs to make sure this ship completes its mission. She turned the Defiance toward the dying council ship, ready for one final impact. A blinding light filled space as the council's planet-killer weapon exploded. Ships nearby were damaged or destroyed. On Earth, people watched the sky light up like a new sun had been born. Colonel John Miller stared at his radar screen. The Defiance was gone. The massive council ship was gone too. But what about Captain Martinez and her crew? Search for escape pods, he ordered. Find our people. The remaining resistance ships joined the search. The battle wasn't over yet. Many council ships still fought, but they were confused without their leaders. 2 days later, Ryan Kelly woke up in a small medical room on Earth. His escape pod had been one of the first found. "Lieutenant, you're awake," a doctor said. "How do you feel?" "The captain," Ryan said weakly. "Did she make it out?" The doctor looked down. "I'm sorry. Captain Martinez stayed on the bridge to ensure the mission succeeded." Ryan closed his eyes. So many good people lost, but they had saved Earth. Over the next few weeks, Earth's forces and their alien allies pushed back the remaining council ships. Without their main fleet and leaders, the enemy retreated. 1 month after the big battle, Colonel Miller and the surviving crew of the Defiance gathered at a makeshift headquarters. They were joined by Mira and other resistance leaders. "The council is falling apart," Mira told them. "After losing their main fleet, many planets have openly rebelled. They can't control the galaxy anymore." "What happens next?" asked Daniel Johnson, who had survived in an escape pod. "We build something better," said a voice from the doorway. Everyone turned in shock. Captain Sophia Martinez stood there, looking tired but very much alive. "Captain," Ryan shouted, rushing to hug her. "How did you survive?" Sophia smiled. "Diana found a way. She diverted all power to a small shield around the bridge, then ejected it just before impact. We drifted for weeks before a friendly ship found us." "Diana survived too?" Paul asked. A small device on Sophia's wrist lit up. "Yes, Engineer Garcia." Diana's voice came from it. "I transferred my core programming to the captain's emergency communicator." Colonel Miller stepped forward. "Captain, we've received messages from 57 planets. They want to form an alliance with Earth. They're looking to us for leadership." "Us?" Sophia asked, surprised. "Why us?" "Because you did what no one else could," Mira explained. "You showed that the Council wasn't invincible. And more importantly, you fought not just for your own world, but for others. Humans think differently. You see possibilities where we see only problems." 6 months later, representatives from over 100 planets gathered on Earth. The first meeting of the Galactic Alliance had begun. In the large meeting hall, Captain Martinez took the stage. "5 years ago, aliens came to our world and demanded we serve them," she said. "They thought they would find an easy conquest. Instead, they found humanity." She looked at the diverse group of aliens before her. "We don't want to rule the galaxy. We want to build a place where all species can live freely, where no planet fears destruction for saying no to tyranny." A new ship floated in Earth's orbit. It was bigger than the Defiance, built with technology from a dozen worlds. Its name was painted proudly on the hull: U.S. Unity. "The Council still exists in distant parts of the galaxy," Sophia continued. "We will face many challenges, but we face them together." The gathering erupted in cheers and strange alien sounds of approval. Later that day, Sophia stood with her old crew, looking up at the new ship. "Ready for another adventure, Captain?" Ryan asked. Sophia smiled. "Always. Diana, are you with us?" The AI's voice came through the ship's communication system. "Of course, Captain. The Unity is fully operational and waiting for your command." Earth had not only survived, it had changed the galaxy forever. When the Council's ships first appeared over Earth, they thought they had found an easy target. They never expected that Earth's battleship would make the entire galaxy tremble. The next chapter of humanity's journey among the stars was just beginning.